Ideation without implementation is an insult to divine inspiration. You were given visions, dreams, aspirations, hopes, and ideas, not for your own entertainment, but for a world bigger than your own. You were created to impact, to inspire, to ignite, to influence. Estee Lauder is a prime example of the pioneering spirit that exists even to this day. Her innovative approach to business defied all the odds stacked up against her. I read the other day, it's called entrepreneurship, not entrepreneur. Sit back and look pretty. In 1946, Estee Lauder and her husband converted a Manhattan restaurant into her manufacturing factory. By day, she was distributing products, and by night, she was cooking up her beauty creams on the stove. There were many pivots in her evolution. And as a persuasive traveling salesperson, there were no limits to where she would go in pursuit of her dream. She sold to spas, hotels, on the subway, and in the street. She had to get her product in their hands because she believed in it. But as she began to expand, she had to laser her focus in, and she decided to target upscale department stores. And the first stop would be Saks Fifth Avenue. She landed the account, and their first order was for $1,080, the equivalent of $12,000 today. They sold out in 2 days, and that was a turning point for her. She felt like she could compete with the beauty titans of that day. Revlon. So as she began to focus on growing the brand, she said, we're going to put our money into advertisement. And her motto was, by telephone, telegraph, or tell a woman. So she went to ad agencies, and one after the next turned her down. They said she was still too small. Isn't that something? She was still too small. She put her entire advertising budget of $50,000 into creating small samples of her product. The lady bad. And she was going to give those products away, charity events, direct mail, or what we famously know now as gifts with a purchase. What woman does not like a gift with a purchase? She set the standard, and it became industry practice. So she refused to listen to the experts, and her company continued to grow. She had very untraditional marketing practices. The guerrilla marketing approach is one of my favorites. And she had her sights on global opportunities. She said she wanted to have her product in every fine department store in the US, and then she branched outside. So she targeted Paris in the famous Galeries Lafayette, one of the most famous shopping centers in Paris. They initially turned her down. The manager wasn't interested. So in a department presentation with all the customers around, she quote unquote accidentally spilled her famous scent. It was an oil and a perfume combined. And as the product dispersed around on the floor, the customers took a whiff, and they were wondering, how can I get this scent? The manager, who had previously turned her down, capitulated and said, we'll take an order. So don't be afraid to think outside of the box. She said, don't be afraid of trial and error. Create your own style. And don't listen to the experts. When you're paving your own path, I have so many clients now that are depending on AI, and their confidence level is taking a dive. And they're frequently saying, I don't even know myself. But they will run to AI and ask, who am I? Who should I be? How should I be a good wife with my spouse? You don't get there by relying on outside sources, not your true nature, your true passion, what you were created to do. You get it by going inside.